the fates of nations. The Federal Reserve System is based on the canon law and the principal sovereignty protected in the Constitution and the Bills of Rights. In fact, the international bankers use the canon law trust as their model, adding stock and naming it a joint stock trust. Birth certificate, peoples. The U.S. Congress had passed a law making it illegal for any legal person to duplicate a joint stock trust in 1873. So after they created the birth certificate, which is a joint stock trust, they deemed it illegal for anybody else to do the same thing. Kills off the competition. Right? The Federal Reserve Act was legislated post facto to 1870 to make the Federal Reserve Bank exempt from the joint stock trust law. Although post facto laws are strictly forbidden by the Constitution, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3. Okay, next paragraph. The Federal Reserve System is a sovereign power structure separate and distinct from the federal United States government. The Federal Reserve is a maritime lender or maritime insurance and underwriter to the Federal United States corporate operating exclusively under Admiralty maritime law. We're no longer under a Republican government. We're operating in Admiralty law. That's shown by the title, the gold fringe around the United States banner that they show before every football game, before every basketball game. It's the United States banner, not a flag, a banner with gold fringe, which is a violation of Title 4 of the United States Code, federal law. Okay, so we're operating under Admiralty law, maritime law, which is law of the water. Go look up the Susquehanna Act of 1666, and you'll get more in depth on that. Okay, the lender or underwriter bears the risk in the maritime law, compelling specific performance and paying the interest or premiums under the same assets as the debtor, the corporate United States. The debtor can also be hypothecated, which is to pledge something as a security without taking possession of it, mortgages, as security by the lender or underwriter. The Federal Reserve Act stipulated that the interest on the debt was to be paid in gold. There was no stipulation in the Federal Reserve Act for ever paying the principal. The principal equals the amount owed. Prior to 1913, most Americans owned a low legal title to property, free and clear of any liens or mortgages until the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, which hypothecated all property within the Federal United States to the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve Bank, in which the trustees, stockholders, held legal title. The U.S. citizens, tenant, franchise, were registered as beneficiaries of the trust via his or her birth certificate. In 1933, the Federal United States hypothecated all the percentage and future properties, assets, and labor of their subjects. The 14th Amendment, U.S. citizen to the Federal Reserve System, corporate citizen. The capitis dominus maximus, the suminus homo, the ens legis, the legal entity, the fictitious person, the LLC. In return, the Federal Reserve System agreed to extend the Federal United States Corporation all the credit, money, substitute needed. Like any other debtor, the Federal United States government had to assign collateral and security to their creditors as a condition of the loan. Since the federal corporate United States didn't have any assets, they assigned the private property of their economic slaves, the United States citizens, as collateral against the unpayable federal debt. They also pledged the unincorporated federal territories, national parks, forests, birth certificates, and non-profit organizations, which include the churches, as collateral against the federal debt. All has already been transferred as payment to the international bankers. Unwittingly, America has returned to its pre-American Revolution. Feudal roots whereby all land is held by sovereign, and the common people had no rights to uphold a loyal title. Once again, we the people are the tenants and sharecroppers, renting our own property from a sovereign in the skies of the Federal Reserve Bank. We the people have exchanged one master for another. This has been going on for over 80 years without the informed knowledge of the American people, without a voice protesting loud enough. Now it's easy to grasp why America is fundamentally bankrupt, because it's been set up for the bankers to bankrupt everything, so they can cause the people to go into poverty and depend on the government. Okay, why don't more people own their properties outright? Why are 90% of Americans mortgaged to the hilt and have little or no assets after all debts and liabilities have been paid? Why does it feel like you are working harder and harder and getting less and less? We are reaping what has been sown, and the result of our harvest is a painful bankruptcy and a foreclosure on American property. Precious liberties in the way of life. Few of our elect representatives in Washington, D.C. have dared to tell the truth. The Federal United States is bankrupt. Our children will inherit this unpayable debt and the tyranny to enforce paying it. America has become completely bankrupt in leadership, financial credit, and its reputation for courage, vision, and human rights. This is an undeclared economic war, bankruptcy, and economic slavery of the most corrupted order. Wake up, America. Take back your country. United States Congressional Records, March 17, 1993, Volume 33, page H, 1303. My people, the government is de facto. We live in a world of illusions and fallacies. Once you open that third eye, mind's eye, that they speak of in Matthew 6:22 in the King James Bible, you will be able to see what is really going on, and you will gain your power back because you are becoming in tune with the Most High. I mean, it's spiritual, economic, religious, all in one. You exist on multi dimensions in one. You exist on many dimensions, but we've been too caught up in the physical realm, us, physical flesh, physical matter, what we physically see. We haven't been tapping into our higher self, our divine self, which will free us and help us conquer the system. We built pyramids. We are the guys we look for. We are the aliens they say. We are just in a lower status, a degenerate status. The African man, the black man is the first. The black woman is the first being on the planet. The black man is Christ. The black man is the son of God, which is the black woman. This is facts, people. Science. Earth is a feminine. It's been said that Earth, the manifestation of the energies is feminine. It's creative. It's fertility. It's a feminine energy. I mean, yes, you have the male energy, which is the punch, the volts, but the creative side is a feminine side. You feel me? We have to learn to tap into both hemispheres of the brain, balance them out. That's why you got the triangle with the third eye. You feel me? Boom, boom. You gotta balance this shit out. So I mean, you can't be all spiritual. You can't be all health conscious. You can't be all black power conscious. You can't be all metaphysical. You have to be balanced. You have to know history, law, science, economics, banking. You have to know it all, people. And I just want to send out love to the people who rock with me, the people who understand the message, the people who love the message, and people who actually want to learn law and who want to learn spirituality. You don't have to go to church to get this shit. I'll give it to you for free. I don't fucking care. As long as my people want to listen, as long as my people want to understand, we can build together. I don't know it all, but I do know some things. You feel me? And I'm sure other people know more. So I want to build. I don't want to tear down. I want to build. We've been tearing shit down for too long. So I want you guys to go over this. Listen to the video however many times you need to. Get that document. Again, it's called. Just look up James Traficant Jr. addressing the House, Mr. Speaker. So James Traficant Jr. addressing the House. Look that up. Okay, important document. And look up House Joint Resolution 192, 73rd Congress, June 5th, along with Public Law 73-10. Once you look up those, we can go over the discharging process, because once you become a national, it's a whole other set of rules that apply to you. So I mean, you can do it, y'all. Can I get a thumbs up if you like this video? And I will do more, regardless if I get likes or not. But hey, it's always good to know somebody's listening. So peace and love. Give honors to the Cosmic Mother. Give honors to the Cosmic Father. Because without these energies, we wouldn't be here. You feel me? Give honors to the Moors. Recognize your bloodline. The ancient Moabites, the ancient Canaanites. Give honors to who you are, because you are something special. Why you think they want to promote our killings? Why you think they do the shit they do to us to oppress us? Even through this oppression, we have still managed to prosper mentally. So imagine what we could do at a pure state of being. You feel me? You can't stop the gods. Peace and love. Peace and love.